Hello and welcome to Times Desk. In the next 10 minutes, we are going to tell you some amazing and interesting facts about human body. Facts that you may have not known before. So let's begin. Almost 99% of the mass of the human body is made up of 6 elements: oxygen, carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, calcium, and phosphorus. Only about 0.85% is composed of another 5 elements: potassium, sulfur, sodium, chlorine, and magnesium. All 11 are necessary for life. The remaining elements are trace elements. The adult male body has about 60% water, and the total water content is of some 42 liters. This is made up of about 19 liters of extracellular fluid, including about 3.2 liters of blood plasma and about 8.4 liters of interstitial fluid, and about 23 liters of fluid inside cells. The body contains trillions of cells. They are the fundamental unit of life. At maturity, there are roughly 37.2 trillion cells in the body, an estimate arrived at by totaling the cell numbers of all the organs of the body and cell types. The human skeleton is the internal framework of the body. It's composed of around 300 bones at birth. This total decreases to 206 bones by adulthood, after some bones have fused together. The axial skeleton, 80 bones, is formed by the vertebral column, 30 to 34 bones. A part of the rib cage, 12 pairs of ribs and the sternum. The skull, 22 bones and 7 associated bones. The stapes or stirrup is a bone in the middle ear of humans, which is involved in the conduction of sound vibrations to the inner ear. The stapes is the smallest and lightest named bone in the human body, and is so called because of its resemblance to a stirrup. The adult human brain weighs on average about 1.2–1.4 kilograms, or about 2% of total body weight, with a volume of around 1260 cm3 in men and 1130 cm3 in women. The human brain is composed of neurons, glial cells, neural stem cells, and blood vessels. The number of neurons is estimated at roughly 100 billion. Each hemisphere of the brain interacts primarily with one half of the body, but for reasons that are unclear, the connections are crossed. The left side of the brain interacts with the right side of the body, and vice versa. The heart beats at a resting rate close to 72 beats per minute. An adult heart has a mass of 250 to 350 grams. The heart is typically the size of a fist, 12 centimeters, 5 inch in length, 8 centimeters, 3.5 inch wide, and 6 centimeters, 2.5 inch in thickness. In adult humans, the stomach has a relaxed, near-empty volume of about 75 milliliters. Because it is a distensible organ, it normally expands to hold about 1 liter of food. The stomach of a newborn human baby will only be able to retain about 30 milliliters. human liver normally weighs 1.44 to 1.66 kilograms. It is both the heaviest internal organ and the largest gland in the human body. In adult males, the kidney weighs between 125 and 170 grams. In females, the weight of the kidney is between 115 and 155 grams. The human eye can differentiate between about 10 million colors and is possibly capable of detecting a single photon. The typical adult eye has an anterior to posterior diameter of 24 millimeters, a volume of 6 cubic centimeters, and a mass of 7.5 grams. Infants only blink at an average rate of 1 or 2 times in a minute. Adults averaging around 10 blinks per minute in a laboratory setting. However, when the eyes are focused on an object for an extended period of time, such as when reading, the rate of blinking decreases to about 3 to 4 times per minute. The duration of a blink is on average between 100–400 milliseconds according to the Harvard Database of Useful Biological Numbers. The human ear can generally hear sounds with frequencies between 20 Hz and 20 kHz, the audio range. Sounds outside this range are considered infrasound, below 20 Hz, or ultrasound, above 20 kHz. The average square inch, 6.5 centimeters squared, of skin holds 650 sweat glands, 20 blood vessels, 60,000 melanocytes, and more than 1,000 nerve endings. The brain and spinal cord together make up the central nervous system. It is around 45 centimeters, 18 inch in men and around 43 centimeters, 17 inch long in women. The spinal cord has a varying width, ranging from 13 mm thick in the cervical and lumbar regions to 6.4 mm thick in the thoracic area. There are 3 pairs of main salivary glands and between 800 and 1,000 minor salivary glands, all of which mainly serve the digestive process, and also play an important role in the maintenance of dental health and general mouth lubrication, without which speech would be impossible. In humans, the nail of the index finger grows faster than that of the little finger, and fingernails grow up to 4 times faster than toenails. In humans, nails grow at an average rate of 3 mm, 0.12 inch a month. Fingernails require 3 to 6 months to regrow completely, and toenails require 12 to 18 months. Estimates of the total surface area of lungs vary from 50 to 75 square meters, 540 to 810 square feet, roughly the same area as one side of a tennis court. The right lung is bigger than the left, which shares space in the chest with the heart. The lungs together weigh approximately 1.3 kilograms, 2.9 pounds, and the right is heavier. Together, the lungs contain approximately 2,400 kilometers, 1,500 miles of air weight. An average adult contains 5 to 6 quarts, roughly 4.7 to 5.7 liters of blood, accounting for approximately 7% of their total body weight. Blood consists of plasma, red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. Adult humans have roughly 20 to 30 trillion red blood cells at any given time, comprising approximately 70% all cells by number. Women have about 4 to 5 million red blood cells per microliter, cubic millimeter of blood, and men about 5 to 6 million. Approximately 2.4 million new red blood cells are produced per second in human adults. Red blood cells are thus much more common than the other blood particles. There are about 4,000 to 11,000 white blood cells and about 150,000 to 400,000 platelets in each microliter of human blood. If you liked the video, please click the subscribe and like button below. Thanks for watching Times Desk.